Dear viewers, welcome to Creative Society platform. Today, we have got another session of our international discussions, which is a continuation of the global event, Global Forum. There is a way out that was held on 22nd of April. And today we'll be discussing with our special guests from different corners of the world. And so today with us, we've got Casey from Japan and or Hawaii. Welcome, Casey.
Aloha.
And we've got Siggy, living now in Iceland. Welcome, Siggy.
Yeah.
Thank you. And we know that both of you are supporting Creative Society and have watched the recent Global Forum. And so let's start with the first question. What did you find most interesting while looking the forum? You can start with Casey.
Yes, getting to know Creative Society back in October 2022. I watched the first the 2-hour forum, which is about the climate disasters, climate change. And that one was only the telling the fact, but was kind of like, I thought, it is actually truth, but kind of like felt like implanting fear to people kind of thing. So I was thinking, then where's the solution? And then I watched the November forum, 2022, and that explained after the similar explanation about the climate change. The latter part of the forum showed the solutions, how to change the situation in the world. So that's I was impressed in the previous forum, and so they talk about the technologies, they talk about how to solve the global economic situation, and also to solve the climate crisis, and so to solve everything. So in order to do that, the people have to unite and also have to change the format of society. So that was very convincing to me, and there will be better advanced technologies coming with the Creative Society. So for example, like they talk about replicators and rejuvenation capsules, and all that sounded like science fiction, but they talk about elementary particles. So I said, yeah, that's actually possible, I was thinking, because to manipulate the elementary particles, those things, I know those things can happen. However, in this forum, this April forum, global crisis, there's a way out. At the last part, they explained the technological, the background, the hypothesis behind those theories, how replicators and rejuvenation capsules possible. How does it come to work? So they explain about the beyond quantum physics. So it's smaller than quarks, smaller than leptons, and those things gonna form either linear or the tangled particle form. So those are animated in animation. It's very easy to understand. So I thought it was very impressive that without those explanations, the scientific background by the Creative Society's volunteer scientific team, without that explanation, it is kind of like fairy tale, like it's science fiction. But with those hypotheses, everything is possible. Now it's very convincing. So I thought it was very important to show that the last part of the video. That's what I felt.
Thank you very much. Indeed, there was a lot of information mentioned in the forum. I would just like to note that all of this information was prepared by volunteers from 180 countries in free from work time, and all of this information is publicly accessible. So I would like to encourage everyone to watch. And going over to Sigi, what did you find the most interesting?
Like you said, he sounded really good. Once again, So now, like I'm saying, let's go through this so-called fear mongering. Yeah, but now it's like we have to be realistic about that our planet changes, and we've seen it from ancient civilizations and history of humankind and animal life and so on. When it comes to natural disasters, or us coming from a volcanic island, there's like you need to be special. Need to be a little bit special because you literally have an opening close to your town, and but in a way we don't fear it like others do would fear. But we definitely need to be aware. Because these disasters they can come because we have plenty of cycles in our solar system, and both in our inner core that is connected to the outer space. So it's like and there's a lot of things that we don't see, and then there's a lot of people that don't have much understanding of the reality of this. And sure, it's like we could definitely do better. The Creative Society has definitely informed quite well about like its plan. First, a little bit of wake-up call, and then you have the solution. And the solution is something that I completely support because it's going to be run by us and for the people, and resources is going to be spread evenly. We're also gonna, like he talks about the free energy, and we're talking about free healthcare system. We're talking about free education, and when you have basic incomes to every home and have a home for people that don't have it, that is possible and is doable as long as you can manifest it into the reality and in the reality that we all want. And so I gotta say, it's like I've been very skeptic with groups like in the past due to my researching, and how I see the world is like we definitely need someone to solve the problem, but not just one or two or handful of people. It has to be by all of us. And Creative Society definitely has the fundamentals that a human needs to survive. The rest is just a choice and a possibility if you want to create it. So I think the thing that captured me the most was actually the free energy. To be honest, big fan of Nikola Tesla and the story of his inventions and creations that both were either destroyed or covered up, or some got into the public. So now I just see that when these technologies are coming out and the people that are hoping to move us forward to evolve as humanity, I definitely see all the greatness and the positivity that we can do with this Creative Society. It's like it's in our palms. We just need to, make it blossom. So like I said with Casey, it's like we're both from a very active position, and we definitely are aware that we could be gone in a split sec. It's like we really don't get warnings of volcanoes except earthquakes, but you might get an earthquake and then the next day, boom, or not. So definitely Creative Society is definitely the society that I would choose for, because the others that offered the help solution and the creation really of the destruction as well that we've been going through, not on my team.
Yeah.
creative society is what we want to go for. So just keep spreading, keep talking about it, and we manifest it together, and it will come.
Thank you. And interestingly, you mentioned fear mongering. Many people accuse creative society for fear mongering, and creative society is just informing about what's happening on Earth.
Yeah, definitely. It's like, definitely, I'm not gonna step on that. It's like people need to be aware, and for the right reasons, not because of CO2 and all that talk that you hear on the news and stuff like that. Because humanity is not the cause of the problem that is happening. This is something that happens through our decades and thousands of years. Is like the ball has been rotating and changing, sinking, rising. There's nothing. It's like it can wipe us out split second. So, but being aware of how simple it can be is like we definitely need to understand that we need to come together and bring in the solutions. It's not going to happen by itself. It's like if people don't believe in it, it's not going to happen. We need to manifest it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. And speaking of fear-mongering, you both, despite living on different corners of the earth, you both have got the one thing in common, that both living in Iceland and in Hawaii, and Casey comes originally from Japan. You live in a volcanic active areas, and a lot of people say that the creative society is fear-mongering, sharing all of this information about climate change, etc. How do you look at that? Because usually we don't see this covered in the mainstream media. And there are a lot of information that on one hand nothing is going on the other hand there is a group that thinks that we need to cut down CO2, but we already know and we have proven it that this is more to do with the business. How do you look at is it necessary to inform people about the upcoming climatic events and climatic peak? Casey, what do you think? How do you approach this information?
Yes, you're right about that. The Hawaii has a volcanic, island, and the Kilauea is very active. And just recently, Mauna Loa has erupted, and so actually, I was surprised that a lot of other volcanoes, like northern part of Japan, where Ainu people live, also erupted recently, and those events actually prove that the theories and calculation of the Creative Society volunteer science team is correct. So based on that, their prediction, so those events are happening. So I think it's important to let people know about it. And it is too late for people to react after the natural disaster struck their areas. So people just waiting and doing nothing. Just when the disaster happens to them, when it comes to them, affect directly to them, then they start thinking. That's too late, So we have to warn them before it happens to minimize the casualties and the damages. I think it's very important to inform people, and also at the information stage that we try to inform people, and there are a lot of resistance, like people in the consumers format of society are accustomed to think that how could it happen? I mean, they don't believe the approach is like are you a religious group, or are you a cult group, or how to say they don't believe such people exist. You know, they participate voluntary basis. Nobody profits from that. I mean, nobody gains anything from this project. Everybody benefits from the project, but right now, the financial wise, nobody gains from this project. And then all the participants are volunteers. So this organization is non-profit, but not organization, it's project, it's a movement, and participated by all the volunteers from the world. So we have to understand that, you know, people misunderstand that, you know, this project is something fishy or, you know, trying to draw people's attention to get money or, you know, that's nothing like that. So I would like to emphasize that point also.
Great, thank you. Sigi, would you like to comment on this as well?
Well, that was a lot of stuff that I went through there. I'm just trying to rehash some part of it, but yeah, definitely with the volcanoes from Iceland, and there have been eruptions for the last decades, of course, years, thousands. So the last one was not so far from where I grew up, actually, but it just started, what, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, after a lot of earthquake activities of that area. And yeah, it's like the possibilities are that it can easily wipe out the town that I grew up in. So, and just a whole southwest, you know, the foot of Iceland, you know. So destruction is definitely around the corner every time, you know. You never know what's going to happen. And it's like they're talking about the core, inner core. So it's like, and if I'm not mistaken, I read something that the core suddenly stopped or something like slowed down, something like that. But with a volcano, it's like it can be a lot of toxic the gas that comes with it. Both can spread over Iceland and can spread into the Europe or the whole world. There are some gas volcanoes that spew more than that, and in the 1700s it actually blocked the sun for what was it, 2 or 3 summers, if I'm not mistaken. So it cooled quite down the northern hemisphere. So yeah, it's like the planet Earth is a powerful force and should not be misjudged. It is alive. And so are we, and we're connected to it. So we definitely need to get on the solutions with solving problems, not just push it under the rug. So if we're talking about, you know, governments or companies or something like that that promise all this and that, and they sunk in money, and what do they bring out? It's like not much, really. So and that's what I've seen in Iceland through the years, and no, they're not. They're basically just put it under a rug and then wait until it explodes again, you know. So they talk about, you know, justice for people, but I don't see it. I really don't. So with the Creative Society, and that's what fascinates me about. They talk about self-governed, and self-govern is actually we take matters into our own hands and we start relying on each other instead of some people that you never see, really. You never see them. I never even seen the old president in Iceland ever in my life, Ólafur Ragnar. Like, never met him. And so it's like, yeah, I do not put my trust into a structure that I was born into and never kind of fit it in a way. So because it was very much for me, I felt like this systems that we have been growing up in is very backwards. Like I said, with all the isms, that is all the groups that we have, it's like they sound good on paper, but when it comes into reality, it gets corrupted, it gets spoiled, it gets destroyed. You got rulers that want to rule and control you, but true leaders actually are teachers, and that's what we need to all become. And so the positivity with the creative society, like Casey said, is like they're not asking for any donations or money. What they're asking of now is just to share the news that we are trying to create as a team all around the world, and just realize that there's like humanity needs to do something, or else we get wiped out. So that's the true reality. So we need to act on it, and we need to use technology that are coming into the society hands, and we need to use it correctly. And like we see with the AI coming up and coming fast, you can weigh it a little bit what AI can actually do, and also what AI can be capable of doing that might be out of our hands. So we need to just use it in a minimum amount when it comes to driving our system, so nobody can go into it, manipulate it, or make a crash or something like that. So the basic financial income and having the possibilities of still having freedom to move around is like there's nothing negative about this creative society, and this is something I've actually just been dreaming about for the last years. After I started noticing and understanding, like how the world turns, and I'm very skeptic on jumping on groups and go for it. But the more and more I get to connect with people in creative society, it changes the whole dynamic of the belief. So yeah, talking from me and Casey's perspective of we see the problem, and there's never any solutions. It's just an illusion. So for some to profit. So it's like and coming from volcanic activities where tectonic plate meets, Iceland is actually stretching every year by the nail, just as much as the nail grows, or fast. So it's very interesting what we are facing, and how extraordinary it is, but also very, very dangerous. So I think we should keep on focusing on uniting, so we can achieve the same goal. And we all have the same goal in mind. We want peace, prosperity, harmony, and we want to have the necessary things, like with free energy, free healthcare, and school education, so we can keep on evolving and not lose easily to nature's disasters, and lose a lot of papers, inventions, and all that stuff. So yeah, we need to secure it all. We need to stop, take the greedy, jealousy, diversity, all these group lineups. It's like we need to unite. It's like we can't divide, otherwise none of this is gonna work. So yeah.
Great. And this is a great example of uniting, two people from absolutely different corners of the world, and united by one common idea, which is great. And you've mentioned that you mentioned the governments, etc. And I would be really interested to hear from Casey. What's the situation in, for example, Japan? We know that this is also a very, let's say, seismic active area, and how do the people deal with all of these? I know that today many people just tend to pass on the responsibility to governments and organizations, hoping that they will solve everything. And we have heard in the forums that there are serious risks, let's say, both in Mariana Trench, and also a serious risk of a huge earthquake next to Japan. How do the people understand this? Do they understand this information, this seriousness, and do they really rely on governments? What is the situation there?
Yes, actually, you are right about that. There are a lot of seismic activities in Japan, including the devastating ones, like one struck in Tohoku. That was like 2011, March 11th, that happened. And also, a long time ago, it was Kobe earthquake. And in between, there are a lot of earthquakes happening constantly in Japan. So they got used to actually, and like magnitude 3 or 4, they're not afraid. It's happening again. So it's not fatal. So they are not worried about that. But when magnitude 7 or so happens, then that's a big deal. A lot of destructions happen. A lot of lives are taken. So, however, they actually help together in the community when it happens. The rescue team comes, but also volunteers go there and help each other. And the government, I believe that they do the best they can in their capacity. But what I would like to say is that people have to act and take precautious measure based on the Creative Society's calculation and all the theories suggesting. And do not let others, like government, do not wait for the government or the others to help them, the people, but to take a precautious measure by themselves first. So they're used to doing the drills, when the earthquake strikes, they have to go under the table or go to near the walls or the pillars or something like that. But they have those drills. However, when the catastrophic disaster, those will not actually save their lives, even though they get used to. So they have to take it seriously, and whatever preparation they have to take. But I don't want to scare people in that way. So just be cautious. Whatever happens, happens. But we have to do what we can do right now. So if the technology can change the course of the planetary event, then I think that's very important to follow. So to do that, the Creative Society suggests that we need to change the society. The current format is money-driven, money and power-driven. So it's not going to go anywhere. So that's why we need to change the society, the format first. So that's very important. So the Creative Society gives the power back to people. So people are the one that decide and manage and govern. So just don't wait until somebody do something for you. So that's the message I would like to say.
You can't fix problems with money.
Yeah,
I agree.
Absolutely. And you have mentioned a very serious a very serious topic that people don't need to rely on governments, but need to take responsibility and start self-governing society. And as we've heard in the forum, the situation in terms of the climate change is getting worse and worse day by day. And the only thing that can help us to, I would say, survive even the upcoming climate peak is really uniting of all of the scientists, which cannot be done in consumer format of society, but in creative society, where the power is in hands of people. And Sigi, so you live in a, let's say, very well-developed country, right? So taking the current kind of view, right? So the Western European countries are considered to be very well-developed, etc. And many times we hear that people are not able to self-govern, right? So that they need to, so there needs to be someone leading them, some politicians. So how do you look at the fact that we people would be self-governing society, that we people would be dealing with legislation, approving legislation? What do you think about this?
With the self-govern, like, people need to understand this, like we have been beaten from every corner, whether it's mentally or physically, emotionally, with all these disasters, bad news all the time on the TV, corporate run, by the way. So it's like they keep, like, the mentality is to, like, just fall on your knees and bow down to your ruler type of mentality. Like, they just follow anyone that says, hey, come here, and then they just blindly follow. They don't question or use. Is like, I don't know, I feel like a common sense and common knowledge has kind of been beaten down as well. People don't have common sense anymore. They just find someone else to think for them in a way. So, but the self-governed is like, it's automatically going to be very, very good, because as soon as we fix these problems that make people struggle and, wonder, am I going to keep my job, or I'm not getting enough pay, even though they just gave everybody a raise. But the raise is just to keep with the inflation going, So it's like next year, this raise that you got is already gone. So it's like, and a lot of people don't understand that and see that. It's like how fast, you go back into the minus, you go back into the devil's ring of, central banking. These, and it's like, I'm well aware how these banksters did it, like in Iceland. And the really interesting part is that a lot of these people, they're not that many in Iceland, but apparently they still get to roam around and, live on society. So it's quite sad to see, like, how easily it is to take power with fear and obedience. So that's one of the things that we need to help people get back. And as soon as we start fixing problems around us, the living standards around us, we can all start, like, focusing more and more on healing and getting to know ourselves and, come over, problems that you've been facing. And with, like, right health care, for example, like, that's very important for everyone to have, and also to have the medicine that actually works and heals you. But I also believe in, like, with the food and natural medicine, well, we come from nature. So I do believe in nature medicine. And we do have a lot of interesting studies on medicine that's been used for ancients. I mean, there's a lot of herbs and spices, for example, from Asia. It's like, and it's taken a good interest. So I do believe that we can all heal. And by healing, that is to support each other and come to the common, ground of, like, hey, we actually all want the same. We believe in the same, but we are being pulled here and there to join like governmental parties, and it's always the same circle there as well. The same people win, or the same parties. But now you got two parties each side. They're playing together behind the scene. So it's like none of this is trustworthy. So, and I have people like here in Norway, I've gotten to meet people around the world, both from through jobs and school and other activities that I've taken a part of. So, and yeah, we all want the common goal. And I think when we reach this common goal, in the matter of how we want it to be, and we start to heal, we're all good. And the crisis matter, yeah, is like I was like actually one of them that actually admitted that they're like, the first part was just about crisis, and it's like, and I said to my partner in the group, I was like, maybe next time, like, not start with all that fear, but once I got more through and more I got to understand also, the other half of, how we have the best possibility of surviving. I'll go through that video again and watch the first part again. So like, it's definitely worth it. And if people have the same beliefs that we are one, like we are all spirits and we roam around, so we're all connected into the same battery already, but a lot of people have been disconnected. And that's the part that we need to connect again, turn on. And I believe that we can do it. I believe in the whole battery that we are creating here. And meeting people around the world like Casey. It's interesting, and it's interesting to hear how he speaks of Japan, especially with how they have, like, coming from like evacuation plans. It's like we have evacuation plans, but they had like meetings when the earthquake started to shake more and more, and it's usually just like, cars, or we have to take a boat. So that's about it, that we can actually do, but because you can't really fly helicopters or planes there to try to rescue people because there's too much smoke and ashes and toxicity. So yeah, I definitely root for a new plan, a new society, because I think that's why we're all here for, is to unite this planet so we can live in peace.
Yeah, thank you. And I'd be very interested to hear from Casey. What do you think? Are the people able to self-govern without any leaders? What do you think? And what do you think that the people in Japan think?
Unfortunately, Japan right now has very little people that know about creative society. And that's why I joined the Creative Society Japan team to help them translate the documents and stuff. But it's getting there. The people are increasing in the team, and I'd like to also emphasize that. It is not the government. It is not the media. It's the people. The people's energy. Your energy is the one to achieve these goals of the creative society. So we need a lot of supporters that to take individual actions and post or propagate creative society through their social media channels, whatever the means you have. So it is important to raise your awareness, also the energy, that your energy put into the project. That's the one gonna change the world, not the government, not the media. So do not rely on them. It is you. Your energy is the one to to change the world.
I absolutely agree. And this couldn't fit more because now we are at the first stage of implementation of creative society, which is informational stage, because as Casey said, it's not the government, it's not the media, it's all of us people that need to create this demand for change. And in order to do that, people need to be informed, and this is what we are doing here. And now I would like to invite to take a break and have a look at one of the videos that was shown on the forum that deals with the topic of informing people.
Can I get a simple answer? What exactly will I get in Creative Society?
In Creative Society, you won't need these papers anymore. All loans will be zeroed out, and you will be able to take a loan if you need with a zero interest rate.
And a new flat of 60 square meters for each member of the family.
Healthcare for everyone, free of charge.
There will be an opportunity to treat any disease,
even cancer, instantly and at any stage.
Do you know that we are already in the transition period to the Creative Society? You will have a universal basic income of $10,000 every month. Wow.
You will never fear money devaluation again because there'll be no inflation.
And there will be no wars.
We have clean water. We have huge odds, not small. I did not know.
For free. You'll be able to study anywhere in the world for free.
Oh, Beatrice, when we build the Creative Society, you will have your own body regeneration capsule at home. Don't you want to be 25 again?
And I'll have a replicator in the Creative Society that can make biscuits like this, but real.
The Creative Society is the world without borders. It's freedom.
Sweetheart, can you imagine? This is actually a new stage of evolution for our civilization.
And don't I need to do anything for that?
I didn't say we didn't have to do anything.
We've got to inform everyone about the Creative Society,
so that people form a public demand.
To change the format of society to a creative one.
And how are we gonna do it?
You can put a sticker on your car, just like that guy. Or this guy.
I'm going to talk about it in my every podcasts.
You have a lot of contacts abroad. You can start an international PR campaign to let the whole world know about Creative Society.
Put a banner on your balcony.
You can place information about Creative Society in your cafe. For example, like this.
Show all your neighbors that you support the Creative Society and tell them what the Creative Society is.
Let's take a picture of your beautiful biscuit and post it on Instagram.
So what do I have to do to be 25 again?
There are t-shirt layouts available on the website.
So, what can I do to make this world happen?
Bro, come on. You got 3 languages under your belt. Join the Creative Society Forum's translation team so that everyone can learn about it.
Jane, I need a list of our foreign partners. Please prepare a sample letter of cooperation. The letterhead should have the Creative Society logo on it.
How about we address the highest quality medicine in Creative Society, live on TikTok? Tonight?
You're so outgoing. Every other person knows you.
You can tell absolutely everyone about the Creative Society.
Keep doing what you're awesome at.
In Creative Society, at any time, you'll be able to fully regenerate your body by entering the body regenerating capsule.
It is not what kind of the world we're born into, but what kind of the world we can make.
What are you doing to make your dream come true faster?
postoji izlaz, and that is the creative society.
Hey, guys! Come back to Earth! People are actually building the creative society there.
That was really inspiring. What do you think?
That was good. That was good.
Yeah. Can you share with us, Casey, how do you share the information about Creative Society? Can you share with us maybe some interesting story from talking to people? We know that you are intensively informing everyone.
If you want to know interesting story, I was in Japan for a while, staying in Yokohama, and I was going to return to Hawaii. And I booked the airplane and ticket, and I calculated the train schedule, but by some reason I miscalculated, and by 2 hours. So I couldn't get to the airport by the time that the airplane take off. So I missed the flight at the airport, and I had to extend 1 more week in Japan. So, and then I had a chance to meet with Japan Creative Society team. And then it started the translation and helping them. And also one of the team member came to Yokohama from all the way from Tokushima Prefecture. He drove his car. And so I felt his passion that he's very serious about this project. And that inspired me also. And we conducted the interviews in Yokohama Street for the forum that we questioned, if there's no tax, no utility bills, and free education, free housing, and basic income of $10,000 a month, would you like to live in this society? Everybody said yes. And one lady didn't understand it correctly, and then she said, no, I don't want, she believed that, there's a competition necessary, something like that. After we explained that this is the world that people live harmoniously all together, she changed her mind and then said, yes, I would like to live in this creative society. So anyway, those stories that we worked together as a team in Japan to conduct the interviews, and some of them were on the forum video interview scenes. So anyway, so that's the story worked, and also as a volunteer to propagate this information. I go to beaches like very beautiful ocean of Hawaii, and I film myself, and I prepare the script, and in Japanese and English, both languages, and same topic, but and I film myself and reading the script and trying to explain, and also the kind of like questions that people may have about creative society. For example, how a $10,000 per month basic income for everybody is possible. Those questions they have. So in the video, I answer that. It is possible because the power is back to people, and then people is the one managing everything. So it's a self-governance, and it's not the government issuing money. So that those kind of things I film myself in the video and then upload to YouTube. So, without any cost or anything, burdening you can do just like that and post into your channel, the social network and stuff. So yeah, that's the thing that we all need to do, I think.
Yeah, thank you. And so it's very important to inform everyone, right? So, and Sigi, what would you recommend how to approach people and what to tell them so that they would listen and understand the benefits of creative society, and how to share the information as fast as possible?
Plenty of ways. It's like you will always expect someone not believing in it, but when those people start hearing it from some others, then it's like they're definitely gonna be catching on. So I'm not worried really, but the best ways are like social media, and also when you're having a little gatherings and music. It's like I'm planning on putting a creative society in some of my music that I'm working on. And so yeah, and it's basically just explain them to him, like my friend said. I explained this to my friend that I just dropped off before I came home to this meeting. Is that I told him a little bit about it, and he said, "Oh, it's kind of like a socialism and what's it called, anarchism." I was like, "Well, yeah, when you put it like that, there's a little bit like that." So it's like, so he was all ears, you know, and it's kind of like if you just get to explain it like proper in the subtle details, like you don't go like, you know, all over with it, then I think people will catch it much quicker on. And so far, it's like I found out with this creative society here, it's like I just found out while I was researching on the internet, and that popped up because I didn't really like the other what can I say, new world order in a way, and I was hoping for another plan, and well, 3 years later I see creative society. So, and I'm definitely leaning on that side, this team, than the other one. So yeah, people just need to start believing and need to understand that we are very powerful beings, and if we're just, you know, a little bit less egoistic and selfish and well, blind, then it's like it's very hard to unite and get people on the same page. So we just need to be good with our words and carry on spreading out.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'll be doing my job here in Norway, and I'm reaching out to people in the Scandinavia. I am in talks with another group that's connected into connective consciousness, and those people are like, well, yeah, they're growing bigger, and they're really great people, and they're people like us that want to find the proper way out, and apparently it seems like we are very much on board. So, and once you get to have certain conversations and they start peeking into this, it's like, I don't think there's no way back, you know? Gotta choose. It's like either you're on your own or you find the proper right team. And I'm pretty sure this is it.
Great. That's so inspiring to hear. And we are slowly coming to an end of our broadcast. And I would like to maybe ask Casey if you have some last words to tell to our viewers. What would you tell them?
Yes, I think I told everything that I wanted to say. And it is actually your thoughts, energy, that is most important. And if we unite those energies, like you collect all the sunlight into the magnifier, the lens, and into focusing on one thing, it's going to be a tremendous energy gonna generate. So just like that. So I think it's very important that people have the same understanding and spread the information with your energy. So that's the most important, I guess.
See, Casey, we never met. Both come from an island, volcanic island, and we're already synchronized, you know?
Yes, that's right. We're in the same vibration.
Yeah, same frequency, same vibration.
That's wonderful. That's another great example that uniting of people is indeed possible. Not only possible, but absolutely necessary to survive. So I would like to thank everyone. I would like to thank the viewers for being with us. I would like to thank Casey and Siggy for this wonderful discussion. And yes, I would just like to remind everyone that if you are inspired with these thoughts, please share them further, because every one of us is important. And the more we will be sharing this information, the sooner we will be living in creative society. So thank you very much, and see you in one of the next international discussions. Bye-bye.
Peace out.
Thank you. Mahalo.